Today, we're going to be breaking down the NBA potential of Dylan Harper, a 6'6" combo guard, garnering tons of hype coming out of high school. Ranked as a top 4 recruit in his class by all 3 major scouting boards, and the top-ranked guard. Harper is currently projected as a lottery pick in early 2025 mock drafts. He's committed to Rutgers University, where he'll be making a name for himself during his first NBA draft-eligible season.
I'm gonna pick up everyone 90 for his feet, but it's just for me, like, just trying to win, honestly. Being a winning player, just doing whatever I gotta do to win.
Dylan Harper did everything he could last season to put his name in the national spotlight, playing for Don Bosco Prep High School in the state of New Jersey. He led his team to a 29-3 record and a state championship. He solidified his ranking early in the season, with a 38.8 rebound and 3 steal performance in a victory against the number 2 ranked Columbus, Florida, led by Cameron Boozer. Then, the very next day, Harper scored 33 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists in another win. This time, against perennial high school powerhouse IMG Academy. But his biggest game of the year came in the North Jersey non-public A title game, when Harper scored 38 points to go along with 8 rebounds to lead Don Bosco Prep to a championship. During the game, Harper showed off why he is such a highly coveted prospect at this point in his career. He put the full package on display, including elite physicality, high-end decision-making, and some range on his left-handed jump shot. Harper is far from the most explosive athlete in his class, but he shows poise and awareness on both ends of the floor, well beyond his years. He has the ability to blow by defenders and finish around the rim, but when they give up too much space, Harper loves to knock down the three-pointer.
Time for what? And I spent on rolling. What the that was bad. That was bad.
Championship pedigree runs through the Harper gene pool, so the fact that Dylan performed best when it mattered most is a really good early sign. Dylan's father, Ron Harper, spent 15 very successful seasons in the NBA, with 4 different franchises. Ron Harper began his career in a scoring role averaging over 19 points per game in his 8 seasons with the Cavs and the Clippers. Then, he transitioned into a defensively dominant point guard that contributed as a starter during 3 championship seasons with the Bulls and then 2 more at the Lakers. While Ron Harper never made an all-star game in his career, he was a hell of a good player. And if Dylan has a similar development path, he would be a highly coveted player worthy of a top 5 draft selection. However, while there are similarities between Ron and Dylan Harper, there are some differences as well. Both players bring great size to the point guard position, which allows them to physically dominate their opponents. But at this point, Dylan is far less athletic than his father Ron was when he was entering the league. Ron Harper had more leaping ability, which allowed him to dunk and block shots at a level Dylan Harper may never reach. During his first 8 seasons in the league, Ron Harper averaged about 1 block per game. He also used his speed and strength to lock down opposing guards and record over 2 steals per game throughout the prime of his career. Defensive metrics like these are unexpected of Dylan in his career. Dylan Harper is expected to be solid and physical at the point of attack, but questions remain whether or not he has the speed and versatility to force turnovers. However, this can change and should be something to keep a close eye on next season, when he's playing for Rutgers. As a freshman, Ron Harper posted over 2 steals and 1 block per game. If Dylan works himself into great shape and starts putting up standout defensive metrics in blocks and steals categories, he has the potential to develop into one of the best defensive guards due to his size and gene pool. Physical defensive guards are highly coveted at the NBA level, especially now, since the backcourt tandem of Derek White and Drew Holiday recently won the championship. Therefore, if Dylan Harper could post strong defensive metrics in college, it'll be great for his draft status and career trajectory. Dylan Harper isn't going to be drafted in the top 10, with the expectation that he's only going to be a defensive stopper. Right now, one of the biggest questions regarding his development will be his point guard skills. Mainly, will Harper have the playmaking skills to be a lead ball handler for an NBA team? To emphasize how critical these skills will be to Harper's development, we've put together this comparison between former lottery picks, James Harden, RJ Barrett, and Justice Winslow. Many scouts out there are currently comparing Harper to James Harden. The resemblances are clear. Both are big, physical, left-handed guards with similar bodies. But James Harden's development has been truly unique, and it would be foolish to compare any high school prospect to a Hall of Famer of his caliber. Still, we could look at the early signs that indicated that he had the abilities to be a primary ball handler at the NBA level. Other players came into college with similar profiles to Harper and Harden, but haven't found the same success. RJ Barrett had physical similarities to Harper as well as a left-handed shot. Same goes for Justice Winslow, but all three saw their careers go in extremely different directions. Harden is a future Hall of Famer. Barrett is continuing to develop into a starter and even a borderline all-star, though he hasn't really established himself as a star in any particular role. And Justice Winslow, another highly touted left-handed shooter with great size and guard skills, turned out as a bust and spent most of the last season playing in the development league. So how can we tell which players are poised for success while they're still in college? Well, we've decided to compare each player's usage rate and assist percentage during their college years, to show each of these players show their tendencies very early on. The number in the final column is the player's assist percentage, meaning the percentage of the player's teammates' field goals they assisted while they were on the court, divided by their usage rate, essentially emphasizing how involved each player was in the offense. What we come out with is a metric called assist percentage to usage. What this stat indicates is how often these players were setting up their teammates for buckets when they were being used in the offense. The highest number, in this case scored by James Harden, clearly shows that he was setting up his teammates for points when he had the rock. Justice Winslow, on the other hand, scored the lowest of the three in assist percentage to usage, indicating that his development trajectory wasn't going to be that of a ball-dominant guard once they got into the NBA. To further exemplify the significance of this metric, let's compare Dylan Brooks' assist percentage to usage in college to Tyrese Haliburton's. Both players had similar size. Dylan Brooks actually had far higher usage in college as the focal point of the Oregon Ducks offense. He even led the team in assists in 2016, but his relatively low assist percentage to usage ratio indicated that he wasn't going to have the ball in his hands as often in the NBA. Haliburton, on the other hand, had a significantly lower usage rate than Brooks, but his monstrous assist percentage to usage rate indicated early on that he was going to be a lead guard and an elite facilitator. Lo and behold, only a few seasons later, Haliburton led the NBA in assists in 2024. Keeping an eye on Dylan Harper's assist percentage to usage in Rutgers will indicate whether or not he has the skills and vision to be a point guard in the NBA like James Harden or Tyrese Haliburton. If he scores low in this metric, like Justice Winslow, he won't be suited to play point guard in the NBA and will ultimately lose his size advantage that currently has scouts gushing about him. The final piece of the puzzle will be whether or not Dylan Harper can develop into a scorer at the NBA level, and likely that will largely come down to his development as a shooter. Early indications are that Dylan Harper has a much higher shooting upside than his dad, and his shooting abilities could very likely indicate his ultimate ceiling in the NBA. This past season, Dylan Harper hit 4 3-pointers in 5 separate games. He also shot an unworldly 93.7% from the free throw line, knocking down 119 out of 127 attempts. Clearly, Harper can shoot, but he'll need to improve his shooting stroke to find the same success against higher competition. Harper's balance and poise have been keys to his shooting success thus far in his journey, but to become a star scorer in the NBA, he's going to need to develop a quicker release and shoot with a little bit more arc. Beyond just shooting, look for Harper to continue developing his all-around game as he uses his size and balance to get to the rim for high percentage points and free throw opportunities. But it's too early early to tell how good Dylan Harper can become at the NBA level, but there is no doubt that there are plenty of signs that indicate he has as much upside as any other prospect available at this point. This season, as he takes a starting role at Rutgers University, keep a close eye on his defensive metrics such as steals and blocks, playmaking metrics such as assist percentage to usage ratio, as well as his shooting percentages and scoring totals in general. These metrics will indicate whether Harper has that stuff to become a ball-dominant guard at the NBA level, or if he'll have to be converted to a lower upside wing player. But we want to know what you guys think. Where do you have Dylan Harper ranked entering the season? And what past or current NBA player compares most similarly to Harper? Let us know in the comment section. And for more of our in-depth basketball scouting reports, be sure to subscribe to Hooples. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.